got some area that we're working with, and we're working on her gait. So we're going to advance through a little bit quicker so that we can work on that headset of hers. So I realized that you guys probably never seen this done before, because the most I've ever seen on video or in a clinic is somebody flexing from the side. But I've never seen anybody put the horse in motion in the side like that. But it's like everything. I want to get the horse do the very most up front to let them know what's coming, so that everything else, they're already geared and set up for success. If I can let her know exactly what I'm going to ask from her in the saddle, it's going to be a lot easier for her to give it to me. So notice whenever I do touch her with my leg, the first thing that happens is she wants to straighten up her head. She wants to lock up her neck. Right here, watch how I touch her. Put a touch on my hand, then relax. Why is this important? Why is that important? Anytime you put pressure, and you make her uncomfortable with your leg, and you touch her with your thumb, and she wants to lock out her neck. Well, imagine every time that you hit the gas pedal, that your steering wheel locked up. That would kind of render the car useless, right? You don't want to go faster because you can't steer. But you can't get where you're going slow. Makes it very difficult, right? Well, it's the same thing, and it doesn't matter if it's a gaited horse, a trotting horse, a dressage horse, a western horse. If you're asking to put your leg on a horse, and you want them to side pass, or move over, or speed up, you need to be able to put your legs on her so that she gives you the gait, so she engages. But instead of engaging and giving you more action, what does she do? It all goes right there to her neck, which is very natural and normal. Anytime that you see all these breeds and these shows, and why in the world would a person or a trainer want to have their horse's head down like that? It looks so unnatural. Exactly. It looks unnatural because it looks like the horse is calm and relaxed and easy. It doesn't look like they're moving when they're moving out in the field. When the horse in the field, they start moving their feet fast, their head pops up, they get tense and tight here. By having that low carry, that easy headset, that soft face, that shows just how well trained your horse is. That shows just how nice, how much time, how much effort, how much energy, how much of your life you spent with that horse. When you see him soft and rolled up and easy, a dressage horse that's rounded, a western pleasure horse that's down there, kissing the dirt. That shows how much time and dedication that somebody spent with them. If you're a trail rider, you don't have to get the absolute best headset out of them, but you do need to be able to touch different body parts, or ask them to speed up, or ask them to move over, without all that energy just going right to their face and neck and locking up the steering wheel on you. So that's the reason that first grade is so important. Not only can I get her undivided attention, that she's paying attention to me all the time, but I can really loosen up the steering wheel. And that's just absolutely critical. I can't stress how important this part of a horse is. If you can't control their head, you can't control the horse. And whatever your problem may be, if you're riding a bucker, if you're riding a rear, if you're riding a runaway, if you're riding a surger, if you're riding a horse that's scared, if you're riding a horse that's aggressive to other horses, your horse is marish, your horse is stutty, your horse is barn sour. All these problems can be solved if you can gain better control of their head. Does that make sense? Anytime a horse is giving you their opinion, that they're acting spunky or they're kicking out, all that it only affects you when they can do something with you. That's what makes you feel uneasy. That when they start speeding up back towards the barn and you can do nothing about it, that's what makes you feel uncomfortable. A horse can really, really want the day to be over, but if you can just pick up a rein and stop it from happening, then it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable at all. And that's why this exercise, you just see me going back to it and back to it, is just so pivotal. It's so good for the horse. So good for the rider. See all that backwards and sideways? I just wanted to walk off. There we go. That's it. Now, right now she's not pulling on my hand at all. That's what I'm asking. Now let's see. Watch my lead thumb over here. Touch her in the shoulder. Did you see as soon as I touched her shoulder with my thumb, I stopped her feet? There we go. Good, good. One more time. Have to get them going forward before you can start asking them to move body parts. There we go. Nice. That's what it's supposed to look like.
So I noticed you do the knee when the back end kind of slows down and gets kind of
Beautiful, beautiful. I do the knee whenever they try to slow up on me.
Right.
So a lot of times you have them bent and they just want to shut down on you to not give. Did you see right there? I gave her a break. I gave her a break because for the first time she was walking forward, looking at me. Simple as doing this. I touched her here and she said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." That's all I'm looking for. Is if I could touch you with a finger and move every body part that you have, how easy is it going to be to move you with a leg? Right? Let her process that for a moment. Imagine how easy and how nice your horse would be if you could point at the 3 movable body parts and get them to move. If from this far away, if I could point at her shoulder and she moved her shoulder away, I could point at her ribs and she ribbed over. I could swipe at her hindquarters and she disengaged her hindquarters. Wouldn't that make a user-friendly riding horse? Don't you see how that would directly affect how she rides in the saddle? Directly. I mean, you get in the saddle, put your hands in one place, you put your leg right here, she already decides she doesn't want to resist your hands. The horse that's pulling on you or veering or taking your reins from you, this right here in first grade teaches them that your hands are unmovable. And they figure that out because when you come over here, you're grabbing right here by the stirrup leather. I have her face, right? I come right over here until I grab the stirrup leather. Perfect. So she's being a lot more willing today than she was yesterday. She's trying to learn. But right now, she hasn't pulled on me one time. Watch my thumb. See her cross over in the front right there? One more time, I'll wait till you're looking. Watch her shoulder. There we go. Touch your ribs. Now look at that right there. As soon as I reach over here and touch her ribs, that was good. Good girl. One more time. I lock my back elbow into my body here. Take my thumb out. Excuse me. Did you see that right there? How her feet stay fluent? That's a sign that the resistance is leaving. One more time. There we go. Very nice shoulder. That's it. That time I didn't even touch her in the shoulder and she shoulder over. Do you see how in the beginning it's super herky-jerky and little by little it gets more fluid and more fluid? If you see me doing this with a horse I've done it for a week, let's say, week and a half, it looks like we're dancing. I just look one way, they go the other way. I look this way, we go that way. I'll point and they move. I'll point and they move. I'll move this thumb, they move. I'll swipe, they disengage their hindquarters. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's when you're getting true fluidity here, true submissiveness, that they're being easy, that you can touch them, it doesn't mean jump out of your skin or slow up on me. That's what you're looking for. And you're going to see today it's going to immediately affect the way that she gaits. Now this is even more advanced. Watch whenever I switch, I'll leave her head stationary. I'll leave her head in one place. And so the body has to go around me. Alright, watch this again. You see that right there? Her head and her body are disconnected from one another. I realize.
That would be Elena.
Damn it, Lauren. You're supposed to bring a horse guru here. You're supposed to be the expert, and all you're doing is a couple of circles. This is not expert stuff. I can do that. It's not the circles that you're looking for. It's their reaction to them. It's the way that they react around you. Everything about her right now is being submissive. If I put pressure on Amy, if I grab her by the tail, she would try to figure out a way to give her tail. If I push on her shoulder, she just moves right over. If I point towards her ribs, she's stepping off of me. Completely different than the horse that was here yesterday. The horse that was here yesterday thought she knew her job. Remember, thought she knew her job. A lot of times, horses that are trained, they think they know their job. I want no more or no less than what I'm asking for. Because the horses like her that are trying to give you more than what you're asking for, a lot of times you're not asking for it. That's why people have a problem with off-the-track thoroughbreds. Oh, this dang horse has to run off all the time. Yes, because it is a racehorse that wants to run. It's been conditioned that running is okay. So you have to convince it, hey, I have control of your head. Anytime you run with me, I'm going to one-night stop you or I'm going to pull you back. And then the horse very quickly says, oh, I'm sorry. But that is a horse that's trying to give you more than what you're bargaining for. I don't want any more or any less than what I'm asking. Just right exactly what I'm asking. She's good job. People ask me all the time, do you do this groundwork every day? Absolutely not. I may stop a time or two, going from the tack room, from the stall to the tack room, or back. But I'm not going to do this every day. As soon as I know that the horse is going to pass without a shadow of a doubt, then I stop doing it.
So you quit doing it, but I mean, you continue like once a month, or just if the horse starts
I continue whenever they look like they need help. I'm usually going to keep kindergarten and first grade almost every time that I get a hold of them. And for them to pass first grade, I may get one of my finished horses out. I open the stall door. They're saying, yes, sir, how may I help you? Here you go, put this halter on. I walk them away. They stop. Good job, you passed that. Then I get right in front of them. I look at one shoulder. They immediately walk off this way. I know they're paying attention. They pass both of my grades. That's it. Tap them up and go work on whatever advanced stuff that you're working on. Stay. Now I have a question. If you have a horse that you think is lazy or considering lazy, if you can move them sideways a lot more hard than them forward, just by pointing at them, don't you think they're going to move off or lope off or canter off easily? Submission is submission. Soft is soft. Easy is easy. I can make a hot horse that wants to run away, not because I get soft and easy. And I can get a horse that is lazy to the world. Oh, it's lazy, it's lazy. Loosen up his head, and all of a sudden his feet loosen up. And all this stuff goes together. Whatever their idea or their opinion or their anything is, when you gain full control of that head and they know it, they start giving easier, which allows you to give easier, which in turn is less work. First thing I'm going to do is reflection. Notice right here we have some finished flexing. What I mean by that is I'm using both hands instead of just one hand. And instead of coming all the way around to my leg, I'm just going from the point of the shoulder to the point of the shoulder. There we go. Point of the shoulder to the point of the shoulder. There we go. Perfect. Some of you guys may not notice, but I was thinking about putting a clip on the young horse earlier. I clipped her, and I started already seeing her feel a different feeling, and she looked a little uncomfortable, so I just removed it before we even started. She wasn't ready for it. This horse is. This horse is a more finished horse. This horse has training, so I have to clip on. So basically, onwards and now, it's a finished Western Basel. But this, in my opinion, my humble opinion, this halter is better than a Western Basel, because that Western Basel, it has no pressure points, and it's designed for a horse that wants to stop. So yes, it looks beautiful when you get a horse that does everything with it, but notice every single horse that you see doing with that balsam, they're all quarter horses or paints or Mustangs that want to give, that are looking for that relief. You get a horse like this and she gets amped up and wants to go, there is nothing there. So you want to have something that she already respects. And as we've already seen today, she really respects this. Perfect. I'm going to start using my legs from early on. So I'm turning her to the left. So I'm using my right leg to keep the circle tight. I'm pushing up around these shoulders. And then without changing anything, I'm going to put on my left leg. And notice how she immediately moves out. Left leg. Right. Now, for a lot of you guys, this is going to be a lot easier if you use a bucket or something to put in the middle for a visual aid. Notice I change legs again. She immediately comes right back in. Change legs again. She's going to go right back out. Does everybody understand the significance of that right there? Just being able to put your horse in a small circle. You can do anywhere. Just put a bucket out in the middle of the field. Set you a bucket, a rock, a stick, a pole, a light post, and just wrap yourself around it. Just say that dirt cloud right there is my bucket. I'm just putting my left leg on her. My left leg on her, my left leg on her. It keeps her turning to the right, keep those shoulders moving over. Now I switch. Sit back, look up. Notice this side. Use a little stick here. And get back in. So right there, she just revealed herself. She says that right side is harder than the left side. So I'm going to hold her up a little bit better. Now notice when I ask her to move out, I'm not going to let go of her face. Now I put my right leg on her. Perfect. Everybody starting to see that resistance right there? Are you guys able to see it, or is it too subtle?
Well, no, her head went up.
Yeah, her head went up. All of a sudden, she started changing directions. I'm having to help her. You're going to see immediately, but right there. Every time whenever we're going this way of the ring, she wants to straighten her head out. So I just go back to the exercise that we were just doing. Do you see how I really dropped this hand on the inside? Doesn't that look like the exact same hand, the exact same halter, exact same horse of the exercise we were just doing? Really? There we go. Just because your feet are in motion doesn't mean you can take my steering wheel away from it. So if I can move her body in one direction and keep her head somewhere else, that means I'm disconnecting her head from her body and I'm gaining more and more control.
Now, what would be the reason that she would be more resistant with you in the saddle is because you're going maybe a tad bit more forward in motion?
No, as a matter of fact, it just looks like she's more resistant in the saddle because I'm in the saddle. This is what I mean. Everything magnifies when you're in the saddle because you're less consistent, you're less confident, you're less balanced, you're less strong. Everything you have when you're on the ground, you're more of. So from the ground, she was resisting the same way. There was a lot of times I'd pull her head and her feet would jam up, but I'm on the ground, so I could physically grab a hold of her body and grab a hold of her face and say no. Once you sling your leg over the back of the horse, you're at the mercy of the horse. You want to make for damn sure that you are in control before you get on the horse. That horse is saying, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, anything you like, ma'am. And then if you want more advanced stuff, or for here, we're working on finishing up a trained horse. Right now, the horse does everything that she wants to do. Now she wants it to gait. She wants it to be finished. Well, notice I haven't put her in gait one time. Let me get that resistance out. If I spend, 3/4 of the session, the whole session just working, that's the best thing that I could do for you. Because once that loosens up, I'll be able to put my hands in one place, and when I put my legs on her, instead of trying to go forward and stiffen up, she's going to move her feet faster instead of trying to run into my hands. So that exercise just right there, in one of my round pins, I have a pole in the middle, just the way they built the roof, and I do the exact same thing. I put them right around the pole, outside leg, moving those shoulders over, getting them real short, and then I switch legs. Does anybody know why I start in the middle and work my way out instead of starting on the outside and work my way in? I always work from harder to easier. I'm very different from the rest of the horse community in that aspect. Notice how my first day with the horse is hell. I mean, the horse doesn't panic, doesn't have a problem, but first day is everything. It's tarps, it's balls, it's all. You're going to ride, you're going to lead, you're going to do everything on day one. Well, I want to structure myself, and I want to idolize myself after people who I see that are successful. You know who's very successful? U.S. military. Super successful. Yep. So much that women send their children to them all the time. Now you send that 18-year-old snide-nosed little brat that doesn't even own a belt, that can't wake up before lunchtime, that can't have a job, that doesn't take direction, that all he does is play video games. 12 weeks later, they send you home a man. Somebody that's disciplined, that wakes up early, that tucks their shirt in, that goes to work, that can say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. They can do that in 12 weeks on an 18-year-old that's had 18 years of not doing that. But how does day one start? Do you think they pull in on the bus at Paris Isle? Here, hop off, have a latte, relax, sleep good tonight because tomorrow we're going to start. Absolutely not. The second they step foot off of that bus, they're already with drill sergeants in their face, setting the tone, letting them know, hey, it's going to be different. Because once you get a little shock factor in, once you rattle the cage a little bit, people become a lot more receptive to listening. Well, it's the same with my horse. This horse here yesterday, she was being a pain for some stuff. Today, she's, yes, sir. Well, what are you going to teach me? Go right there. I'm going to try to exercise one more time. Another thing I want you guys to notice, when I start moving body parts in the beginning, and like this is the baby step of starting to move body parts, it starts from the ground. But the next thing is I grab their face first. When I'm trying to move things over, I don't let them have a straight headset in the beginning. Because if I take their face away from them, it really softens up their body. It really makes them easier. So right here, look, I have her head already to the side. See, I can even hold a conversation, but she's gating for me. She's being smooth, she's being easy. But guess what? Her head and her body aren't locked in. She doesn't have that head way up here, tight and tense, trying to resist me. Right back in. Right in. Okay. Smell. Smell. Oh. There we go. Good job. Did everybody see that? That as soon as her head was disengaged from her body, as soon as I would ask her more and put some more pressure, all that energy had to go to her feet. All that energy had to go to doing something. Because it couldn't go just getting all tense and tight and laying into my hands. That's why it's so important to have just full control of their head. Now, most folks, they don't make it that simple, number one. They don't say it that clearly. Control the head, control the horse. And then the next thing, if you're not working on super advanced stuff, if you're not working in reining or dressage or cutting, nobody tells you to do this. Nobody tells you, hey, you need more control of the head of your horse. Oh, you're a trail rider. Doesn't matter. My steering doesn't matter because I'm on the side of a mountain. My brakes don't matter because I'm out in the jungle where things can pop out. Where is your thinking there? A trail horse is not a lesser horse. If anything, a trail horse is more of a horse than the rest of the horse because they are the soldiers of the horse world. They're the ones that have to deal with the real world. All these other fancy show horses, they just come in an arena where there's nothing going on. You have to have a little soldier there that says, yes, ma'am, every time you say something. Slow down, yes, ma'am. Speed up, yes, ma'am. Move over so I don't hit my head on this branch, yes, ma'am. Your horse should be more finished than the show horse. The whole idea of the show horse is not for us to have fancy shows. It's to show how trained, how much control you have of your horse. So, of course, we want to take stuff from the show world and apply it to our show horse. That I can put a leg and they move over. That I can squeeze and they go forward. That I can sit back and they stop. Of course we want to apply this stuff. And I don't know why there's some big disconnect. Oh, you don't have to do this. You're just a trail rider. Oh, you take a trail ride to a reining clinician. Oh, don't worry about it. You'll be okay. No, the horse needs to stop still. The horse needs to pivot. The horse needs to turn. The better that you can drive this Jeep, the more mountains you're going to be able to climb. Yep. Okay. It's like a race car driver tells somebody that goes on the Baja race or up the mountain with a Jeep, your steering wheel's not that important. Oh, your timing doesn't matter. Of course it does. You ladies are the G.I. Jane of the horse world. Y'all get all suited up, get your camel packs on, get your water, your electrolytes, and go hit the trails. I was out in Colorado. They had guns and gallons of water, and I was like, what happened? Well, sometimes we get lost, and it takes us a couple days to get back. Oh, okay. That same trail ride that I'm telling you about, I said, hey, why are you know, I'm from Mississippi, we have guns, but I very rarely take them on a horse. There you go. So this side, you see how she's doing better this time? That's it, honey. That same trail ride, I said, hey, why in the world everybody has a gun, except me? Oh, because we see bears. Yeah, right, okay, you see bears. We're probably 50 people on this trail ride after my clinic. We're going down, it looks like a Western movie. We're out by Canyon City in Colorado. Sure enough, I'm like the second horse there. We make a turn. There's Mama Bear with 4 little cubs. I said, uh-oh. She stands up. Another horse comes, another. Once we get about 20 horses there, she sits down and goes off into the woods. I was like, oh shit, it's about to get real. That was my bear encounter. All right, guys. So check this out again. I'm just going to switch legs. It's going to be real subtle. You see how you didn't even know? Out there, if I wasn't telling you and narrating it, you wouldn't even know that I switched legs. Yep.
Now, when she put her ears back like that, does she feel more resistant to your hand?
Yeah, so she's being resistant because she's bending those ears because she's not getting her way like she's used to. She's used to being however she wants to be. So the only thing that she can do is to do exactly what I asked, but she has to talk back because she's a redhead. So just her saying, fine, I'll do it. I don't have to like it.
You got a redhead here that's gonna get real mad.
That's okay. I like fighting redhead.
She's not laying her ears back there as much today.
Well, you got to remember, it starts from getting them to stop doing the act. Then the next thing is, just like, okay, you're working on a horse to stand still. You just got them where they'll stand still, and they start pawing. And then people slap them for pawing, and now they're not standing still anymore. Do you see how pawing is a sign of defeat? Her pinning her ears like that, but doing what I'm asking, that's a sign of defeat. Go to your room. Fine, no. What did you say? Nothing. You said something, you tell me right now. That's just what she's doing. She's showing a sign of defeat of flicking her ears, and now she's looking all witchy. Well, she's looking witchy and doing what we're asking, so I don't care that she's looking witchy. It only bothers me. I'd much rather a horse that looks angry but does everything that I ask than a horse that looks happy and does nothing that I ask. And very shortly, she'll find out that she gives to me, I'm giving back to her. Right? She's doing what I asked, so I'm being light with her. I'm being nice with her. I'm being a lot lighter on her face today than I was yesterday, because yesterday she was being a lot heavier with me. But today she come out with a full serving of that humble pie from yesterday. So that's all I want to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every now and then she tries to canter because I'm pushing her, but my hands don't allow her to go any faster.
She snorts when she gives up, too.
So when it comes to gaited horses, I want you to think about trot on one end of the spectrum and pace on the other end of the spectrum and gait right dead center. Okay? So she does something that's very odd that you'll see in very few horses. Usually when people say, oh, my horse is trotty, they all make the same face. Oh, my horse is trotty. I say, okay, no problem. Stop them a couple times with their head high and ask a little bit more and instant gait. And then most people that the horses are pacing, they make the same face too. My horse paces. Because pace is usually tense and tight, rigid, straight line, head up, locked out, and very nervous and tense energy, and that keeps them pacing. She does an odd thing that she picks her head up and trots even with her head up, which is very awkward, very, very unique, very different. There's very few times that you stop a horse and bring their head up a little bit, ask them to go forward, and they stay trotting. But just like in pace, that horse is staying on the gate because they're all locked up, tense and tight. So as soon as I get her soft, and you see I'm constantly bending her and turning her, moving her body around and getting her, I'm really never letting her go straight anymore. I'm carrying her head to one side and the other. That's softening her up and suppling her up so that when I press, she engages with her feet and gives me more, but without particularly going faster. So that speed control of her, when I kick or push or kicks, for her not going faster, just making her feet engage, that's what's going to get her gating the whole time. Yesterday, one of the reasons we were having a lot of difficulty is because, okay, you're trying to kick or push. Well, she would go faster. That's not okay. The whole idea of getting the horse under themselves and getting the horse gated, remember, these horses, you don't have to put them in gait. You don't have to work so hard for them to gait. Unless, this one was started by folks who never asked for gait. They just let her go however. And she got in the habit of trotting. She got in the habit of getting pulled on. So that's how her prior conditioning is how she ended up like this. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. We don't care about your past. All we care about is right now. So as we get her soft and easier, it's the same thing. You see those beautiful flying lead changes that people do? Well, they're able to do that because they're able to reach back and touch the horse and push their hip over without the horse going forward, without the horse surging. I mean, they're open like this, you push the hip over, and oh, okay, let's switch, oh, let's switch. But you're able to touch or spur or top or move without the horse surging or soloing up. The other thing, if the horse just takes it, well, then they're not going to give you any kind of changes. All right, let's go to your good side first and give you. You're right there. As soon as she got tense and tight, she wanted to go back to getting locked up again. That's fine. When I have her head disengaged, I can push her forward, and since she doesn't get tense and tight, it goes to her feet. Earlier when I tried to make her go straight, she would lock up her neck, and then she would break gait. You're right there. You got tense and tight. Ready to ride that way?
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. Perfect. Yep. Right hand on the back of the saddle. See how she's spinning you off. There you go. All right, so you want to take one step behind the door. There you go. Perfect. Now relax. Let her walk. Perfect. Now with your right hand, release the face. Keep it going forward. Now pull around again. Perfect. And release again. And pull around again. Release again. You see how effortless that is? How anytime you put any pressure on her face, she just gives. That's exactly what we're looking for in the saddle. That's exactly what we're looking for. Just that validity. Anytime that you pick up the rein, see how now for you, she's already starting to walk and give her head without affecting her feet. The more that you do where you can move her head and it doesn't affect her feet, you're going to get her getting better and better. Up on the side.
Just straighten this out. I like those pants.
Perfect. Yeah. Now I just want you to go over there to the middle of the round. Use your outside leg. So circle. So that'll be your left leg. And turn your right around that X. Okay? Right hand really don't need to be touch and release. So you want to get a soft and light. Sit back. Now that left leg should be forward. Forward. There you go. Nice. Sit, touch and release. There you go. All right, now switch it and use your opposite leg and put your out towards the rail. That's it. Now you're going to let her move, but you're not going to give her face back. That's it. That's it. Don't slow her down. Just like that. Just keep her head down. Go right back to the circle. Your small thing. Now, shoulder her back out. Now, I want you to touch and release. There you go. Now let her go forward. Sit back and look up. Maybe you don't have to bend her so much. That's it. A little straighter. That's it. Pressure, pressure. Sit back and look up. Pressure with your legs. Kick her. Kiss. Make some noise. There we go. All right, now, every chance you get with that inside, you can release as long as she leaves her head sideways. Pressure, 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 come on. All right, pull her head to the side. Pull, touch and release, touch and release. There you go. Keep her light on. That's it. Nice. All right, stop. Try again to the other side. Roll under on your hips and sit more on your butt. Still for too long. All right. A lot of that's because you're sitting very upright. Okay. You want to be square. You don't let your head get over your knee. You point this foot forward. You snap on your punch. You twist your arm over. You keep your eyes straight. You keep your chin down. You keep this elbow tucked. You make sure to twist from the trunk. Push from the balls of your feet. Don't get on your heels. It sounds like 1,000 things to do at one time. Right now, what I'm asking her to do is about 1,000 different things at one time in her mind. And because she's thinking so hard about all the different things that she has to do, it's tensing and tightening her up. And the horse is giving her the same tense and tightness that she's giving to the horse. When you practice this stuff and you get one thing down and then add another and then add another, it becomes where you're very relaxed doing it. And as you relax doing it, it in turn makes the horse relax doing it. So that's what we're going to try to get from in this turn around here.
I'm sorry, I kind of haven't been able to get the stretches.
You don't have to lock your hands in one place. I like your hands in one place, but you can touch and release with your fingertips.
Good job.
Pressure, 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 keep going. There you go, now open that left leg up, bring that left leg back. All right, stop. You're doing a great job. For her, it's as simple as this. Her difficulty level is above your comfort level. So what I mean by that, I'm not saying you're scared or worried or anything, but you have to do so many things just right just to get it that is very uncomfortable for you, and you don't really know what you're feeling for. You don't know what buttons to touch because you've never gone through something like this. The reason that it looks simple from the outside is because I've seen 1,000 of her, and I know exactly where to touch and where to pull and where to push just to make it easy for her. And then once she gets, I just leave her alone so she starts getting comfortable with it. And I don't touch her again until she breaks. But unfortunately, for you, you're not even attempting to gate. So there's nothing you can do to make it easy for her.
Right,
You're just making it harder and harder and harder, and she's just trying more and more and more.
right, yeah, that's kind of the, okay, if you start really slow and, I think, is there any way to fix this? Is there any way to fix me?
There is, but her difficulty level needs to come down some point. Right now, her difficulty to get her engaged is tough. It's tough to get her engaged. And I didn't realize it till watching you guys together. But you're having to do a lot of things to get her to try to even attempt to gate. It's just too many buttons that has to be pushed at the same time to hold her together. Okay. So for me, personally, her difficulty level needs to be taken down a couple of notches for you to make it easier. Now we can do a couple of things that will help you in the time being. I don't foresee you being able to tackle the gate issue just because it's outside of your comfort zone. But I do see that you can drop her head and get that nice quiet long drop for your endurance ride. Okay? And it starts right there by giving her the face. Just like that. Now just squeeze her up. There you go. Just don't touch the face. Don't even pick her up. Sit back, completely relaxed there. Put a little weight in your stirrups. Perfect. That's it. Now you're gonna squeeze her up just enough that you take one step out of that wall and just let her do it. You can hold on to the saddle if you're uncomfortable not having something in your hands. There you go. Perfect. Relax your body. Relax your hips. There you go. You can pet her if you like. There you go. Nice, nice. So you already have her soft and easy. As you get her dropping that head down more and more, you're just doing it at will. So you just put, right now you should be able to just put a little pressure downward with the reins and she drops her head. When you get her trotting off like that, you're going to get a smooth, calm trot. And I foresee that just you taking her home today and working her, that'd be a lot easier route for you to go. Because you're going to be a lot simpler. Okay, here, just put your head down the top. Okay, just put your head down the cannon. Perfect.
Yeah.
I think you can get that really split because with the break and resistance that you got, you keep it real soft in the face. So right now, you use both hands. Bring your hands low. I want to see if you can drop her head. That's it. Pressure downward. Both hands. Both hands. Pressure. Release. Now you sit back while you're doing this. There you go. That's how the reins long. Just like that. You just put pressure down and then let her move off again. And if she tries to pick her head up, she picks her head, say above here, and you're going to, with two hands, say, excuse me, put a little pressure, as low as you can drop your hands without leaning forward, and then release again. Now throw the reins. There you go. Now walk off. Perfect.
Get her to do this all at once?
Yeah, absolutely. And release. Perfect. That's exactly how you do it. You're either doing that in the trot and in the canter. You got to sit back and look up even when you do it. There you go. Pressure. Pressure. Hold, hold, hold. And release. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so with your legs after the trot off, but without touching her face, beautiful.